Todd Toy News Time. It's time for Todd Toy's News. I'll just probably call it Todd Toy News. Let's get in there. So what do we got? We got some Justice League. So these are the JLA 90's wave build. First look at Plastic Man. Collect all four 7-inch scale figures, including Aquaman, Batman, Superman. And this is like a build-a-wave. So I remember Plastic Man. So Plastic Man... I remember the first time was the Superpowers collection. The Superpowers team was the first Plastic Man where his head stretched, right? The neck stretched. And then there wasn't anything more until I think the sort of the Total Justice Kenner line, in which you had the JLA had the 90s stands, the Grant Morrison look. And so Plastic Man had this bendable neck and arms and shit like that. And then there was a DC Direct version with the sledgehammer, where Plastic Man's arm turns into a sledgehammer. Here is John Stewart. I'm assuming this is from the 90s look. No Kyle Rayner, which is a disappointment, but there's that one. No, this guy is. And you got sort of the Michael Keaton look of Batman there, the black. It sort of reminds me of those early... what is it, the 89 Batman merchandise where they just painted Batman in black. That's all they did, just to have it coincide with the movie. Like, that's what this reminds me of. So it looks like blue and gray Batman, but painted black. So there you go, there's a black one. And, of course, you got Superman. Now, Superman, the first version of this is the electric Superman. My memory of his powers. Now remember, Superman was changing because he absorbed too much of the sun. So he turned into an electric Superman when his body, his corporeal carbon body, was disintegrating into energy. So Lex Luthor and his temporary wife, the Contessa, and Emil Hamilton, they all created this sort of microfiber suit, which one day we're all going to have. I mean, we have circuit boards, like circuit boards that power like the Wii U or the Nintendo Switch. But one day you're going to have cloth, and cloth will have the microcircuitry in it. It's thinner than all the transistors and resistors and diodes and all that stuff. I mean, one day you're not going to see circuit boards. You're just going to see cloth. So anyway, that's what Superman's suit is made out of. And his powers are not limited to, but what I remember, he can disguise himself as other people. He can phase through walls. He can stop bullets in his body, and then they just stop the motion of bullets. Electromagnetism, he can like push things and pull things like cars and rocks and shit. And I don't know what else. I think that's about it for now. He absorbs energy. That's the thing. He absorbs blasts. So that's him. There's a blue and red version from the original Total Justice. What they did was they took the Superman head from when he fought Doomsday, the 2-pack Superman Man of Steel 90s toys, and then they took the head and stuck it on a different body to make it a new character. So there was a 90s JLA line with Lex Luthor and Joker, I think, to kind of have this Grant Morrison, because they were cashing in on the Rock of Ages storyline that was like back in '97. And of course, you can't have the Green Lantern and Plastic Man and Batman and an electric Superman without 90s Aquaman. I thought for sure when we got to the Lost Kingdom that they would cut off Jason Momoa's hand and he would have a hook, but no such luck. So there is the 90s Aquaman. When they made that figure for Total Justice, there were two versions, a silver armor and a gold armor, which is a little harder to find. And that's it. So these are mostly, this is not going to be for me, but these are mostly for people who have never lived through the 90s as a teenager. I lived through the 90s as a teenager from 12. I started out in 12 in 1990 all the way to like 21 in 1999. So I was a complete teenager in the 90s. So I'm not attached to this stuff as much as my old toys. I have like mostly these Total Justice versions Batman's Batman. Back then they had like 50 Batman figures, right? A Batman for every color. One Batman can fire projectiles. One Batman can glow in the dark. One Batman has a tornado machine, and another Batman has a drill machine, and another Batman can has stilts. Another Batman has a glider, and they're all like tacky colors and shit. That was the '90s Batman stuff. Ask anybody; they could tell you. John Stewart didn't have a figure back then, not until the DC Direct toys in the late '90s, early 2000s. Plastic Man, his story. So there you go. There are the 5 Justice League figures. Collect them or not. There's Fallout. There's Dune Part 2 figures. There's the Superman Goes to Krypton and other movie figures. A lot more happiness and Spawn as well. There you go.